Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your humble host, Real Talk, Real People. It is a wonderful Saturday morning. I feel the energy, feel the love, feel the positive vibes, right? So this will be episode or Think Tank 4, actually. Um, as always, if anyone wants to come up and build, you're free to comment in the comments. I'm going to post a link if you guys want to hop on so we can discuss in front of everybody. If you want to, just message me if you're friends with me on Real Talk with People or my personal page. Send me a link or send me a message. I'll send you the link. Where the whole purpose of this is just to build together, right? And I'll bring up the Google Doc as I always do, and we'll build together. And again, this morning is devoted to just being our own think tank. I believe that we all need think tanks, and a lot of different groups, a lot of different companies, a lot of different entities have think tanks, and they are devoted to solving issues and problems of that said entity. So I figure, you know, I don't have the resources to, have office space, a couple meeting rooms and stuff like that. So we had to do this online until we build up enough to actually be able to purchase a building, purchase office space, maintain it, and then be able to create plans and implement these plans in different communities that will hopefully spread out at large and protect us, provide for us, and create opportunities for us. That is always the aim. Again, if you would like to hop on the panel with me, the link is in the not the description, but the chat. If I know you, you're getting on. If I don't, I have to kind of vet you in the back chat. But we're all here to talk and build and create some tangible things that we can do in our day-to-day lives, stuff that we can start today, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now. The big thing about the difference between a scheme and a plan is a scheme is something that may or may not work, and a plan may or may not work. However, a scheme has a greater chance of not working because there's so many variables. A scheme is not super well thought out. A plan is, though, and if carried out in a wonderful and a good manner, we should get it going. I think I got to get my man Anthony Flowers on here, man. He's always talking some real. He's been talking a lot of real lately, actually. Let me see if I can get him the link here, because I think he'll be able to contribute a lot. Let me see here. Go ahead and get him that link. And let's see here. We'll get a few other people on. Organically, it always builds. Once you get one, you get more, and we can all take turns respectfully contributing. Let me go ahead and pull up the Google Doc as well. Pull that up and screen share. Well, I just want the doc. There we go. Boom. I think it's Control Plus. Yeah. Okay, maybe back it up a bit. Okay, and let's see what here. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this wherever you're at, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Again, the more Black folks that we got engaged in this, the better this plan becomes. This plan, it goes from being a scheme to a plan. And that's ultimately what we want, something tangible that we can go ahead and create, something that we can be proud of. We live our lives being under the whims of other people. other people plan things for us, tell us what we have to do, and it's artificial. There's very little pride we can actually take out of those things other than a paycheck in some cases, or some sort of favor that we want, something that we need. So we definitely want these different things. So I'm going to send out a couple of links and see who wants to. I probably should make this a Facebook event, shouldn't I? Let's do that too. Apologize for not doing that prior to going live, but it was funny. I was cleaning my house and I'm like, oh, wait, I got something to do. And so we'll get that going. Let me create this Facebook. Let me create this event. Oh, there's already an event for it. Duh. I'm over here acting like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Hold on. Now, in the event, let me go ahead and put the link. Now, that's crucial. That is crucial. Boom. Okay. Now we're cooking. All right, there's a link. So everyone that was invited should be notified. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so last week we talked about free energy, which was a very interesting conversation in regards to just how to generate your own energy and things like that. That was very interesting. That was very, very interesting. Yeah, that was funny too. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. What do I want to touch on today? Okay, let's touch on this. So I guess let's kind of fortify a couple of things here that we're already doing, or that we already need to do. Let's put some resources. So I was looking up. All right. So under farmers and hydro, I put that there. I was looking up some hydroponic systems, right, that you can buy or that you can make. I think it would be very advantageous to learn how to make them, right? But sometimes it's easier for some of us to actually see it and then replicate it, and then or improve upon the idea or create it from scratch. Just know the general structure. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to change the screen to, let me stop the screen there. And let's go ahead and change this to, yeah, no, we're not going to sign up for nothing. Let's just Google. And then we'll share the screen. do screen 2. Okay. So I'm going to do all screen 2. So as you see here, go back. Actually, let's just use the whole screen. Okay. So as you can see here, there are a couple of hydroponic systems you can actually buy, right? So that's not a hydroponic system. It's an Aero Garden Harvest. It's one of those kind of hanging gardens. Here's a hydroponic starter kit. But look at this. This is on Wish. I think this is pretty cool. Let's click that. Let's click that. All right. So for $16.50 in multiple colors, you could buy a plant site hydroponic system grow kit bubble indoor garden cabinet box. So let's say you don't really got a yard outside or anything like that. It's cool. We can simply go ahead and grow this stuff inside the home. And that's what we want. Look at this. So it comes in gray or white, pink, blue, and it comes with everything you need. I guess that's a little motor or something like that. And you see here, it allows you to grow different herbs, different plants inside the home. Very compact, very compact. So I say, if people want to start growing their own vegetables or fruits and things like that, this is probably a good place to start. A lot of the issues that we run into when trying to grow outside is the soil. Florida is mostly sand, but wherever you're at, you want some good soil. So you may have to do composting and things like that to return the nutrients back to the soil. But this is a good thing to try at, growing inside, because once you kind of get this outside growing, which is totally different, will come easier to you because conceptually it makes sense. Think about this as like the easy bake oven version of farming, right? If you can get this right, then you can get the basic concepts of growing outside and things of that nature and what is needed to create and grow your own food. And so once we start growing our own food, that gives us more power. You start growing more food, you're saving a lot of money. You're doing a lot of different things at that point. And this is only $16.50. So you could conceivably buy 4 back to back, or start out with one and continually buy. You could probably put these in your garage, put them, just in a room in your home, in a room upstairs. If you got a little lanai area or a patio, put it out there. You can really get something popping with this. And then at this point, if you start growing fruits and vegetables, stuff like that, you can enrich the soil yourself. You don't have to put all those crazy pesticides on it. And you'll realize, like, damn, this is some real shit. Of course, you got to find some good seeds. But even if you were using genetically modified seeds, which finding real seeds is kind of hard, or it doesn't have to be. You just probably got to get them from outside source. But considered all this, we all know what a tomato tastes like, or what we think a tomato tastes like. But when you actually grow a tomato yourself, a good quality tomato without all that crazy shit in it, it tastes totally different. It tastes fresher. It tastes like there's energy to it. You'll actually love eating your vegetables and stuff like that because it's real. It's substantive. It's got nutrients in it. So this is what I like. And this is on Wish. Now, Wish is going to take forever and a day to get to you. But, I mean, you buy 1, 2, or 3, you'll get them in a month or two. It's one of those things you can set it and forget it. Hydroponic systems are very low maintenance. We're not talking like one of the ones. There's ones where there's fish, plants, and interesting air pump, air stone, nutrient solution. So yeah, that's kind of the insides of how that all works. Drip emitters, mist nozzles. I mean, that's a whole system. And those are 6 different types where you won't need soil. But there's some where, like, damn, man, I wish I had some fish. There's hydroponic systems that actually have fish in them where you can grow your own fish, or nursery your own fish. Hydroponic systems with fish. Yeah, fish. So you're like, damn, man, I need some fish. I need some meat. Well, they got you. They got you. Where's the one with fish? Because the way it works is they use, where is it? Yeah, here's an example. I actually went to a farmer's market or a farm, and I sat in on a hydroponics a presentation a couple of years ago, and I saw how they were doing it. So they use the fish matter to filter and also bring nutrients to the food. Because what's the best growing agent? You know, excrement. You throw that, there's nutrients in there, and it's a self-propelling system. It literally is self-sustaining. Circle of life here, right? That's tight. So I think it's a good idea. I think it's something worth doing. Yeah, here's a good one. So fish tank, the filtered dirty water goes in there to bring nutrients to the plant. Plant provides good, clean water to return to the fish. It is a literal circle of life. So imagine if every person, or even if there was like two people or three people in the neighborhood just devoted, or just one, if they had enough land devoted to just growing food. Or if everybody grew a little food and, traded different things, like, all right, man, well, we need you to grow some, we need you to grow some tomatoes. And what you want to grow? Well, I like carrots. I could grow some carrots. All right, what about you? Oh, man, I'm all about that lettuce and with that cheddar. No, I'm like, well, you can't grow no cheddar, but you certainly got the lettuce. And we just trade with each other. You know what I'm saying? Bring back the whole bartering system. We can start growing, planting trees, getting some mangoes going, some sour sop. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Apples, some berries, stuff like that. Some really good quality food. We got the sunlight. For the most part, we got the water. So why not? Why not? So I think something like this would be a brilliant addition. So let's do this. Hydroponic. Do yourself resources. Is that a PDF? So let's just put this link here. Okay. Community policing is a big thing. So let's figure out how that works. Community policing. Sometimes if I don't have anything new, we'll just fortify what we already have and go from there. That way it becomes more tangible because we learn how to do it. Community policing. Sure, let's see some examples of that. The 3 Ps of community policing: people, policies, and processes. Leverage them in an effective, meaningful way to ensure transparency and accountability. Successful roadmap will likely emerge. What are the goals of community policing? Reduce crime and disorder by carefully examining problems in the neighborhood and then applying appropriate problem-solving remedies. That's interesting. If that's in a nutshell what the goal of community policing is, which is just general problem solving, then when we look at the police are very reactive. They're not proactive in regards to solving the problems in the community. For the most part, there are some good, there are some police departments that are definitely trying to solve and help things in the community. But if we look at what's plaguing a lot of communities, not just the Black communities, lack of jobs, lack of opportunity, which breeds unfortunate circumstances that make people not make that predispose people to taking different routes of trying to better themselves, their family, or just make it off of other people, clout and such. So, if the goal of community policing is to reduce crime and disorder by examining and problem solving, us as people, we can certainly do that. And we probably don't need to do it with even weapons, really. I mean, of course, we'll have them, but that's interesting. Let's put that down. Because a lot of people, I don't think, know. I certainly don't. Hmm. Google.com. I guess I can add that to it something. Community policing. And then I already know the next one, mental health. Even I'm having trouble. I don't want to say it like that. We're all going through it. We are all going through it right now. Shit. We are all going through it. All right. So, goals of community. And that's how you kind of know the police department isn't really on that, because you don't shoot and kill people like that if you're really trying to reduce crime and disorder and problem solve in the neighborhood. They're definitely not doing that, right? They're definitely not. So that's something we should always remember. The goal. Let's go back. What is community-based policing? Or community-oriented policing is both a philosophy and an organizational strategy that allows the police and the community to work together to solve problems of crime, disorder, safety issues, and improve quality of life for everyone in the community. So, yeah, working with the police will be good. I think there are times to work with the police, and there's other times you shouldn't. Prime example. I was talking to my father yesterday. No, it was the night before, and this was a very interesting thing that he said. He said, in regards to the Rashard Brooks incident and how that all went down, there's a difference between how that whole situation can happen many different ways. But we saw how everything went down. We have the video footage of how everything went down with the white police officer, right? That ultimately took the man's life by shooting him in the back. So we see how that went down and how someone died and how the officers charged with murder. But let's imagine if that was a black police officer, right? That lived in the community. This is how that would go down. The guys in the drive-through rolling, you know what I'm saying? Rolling off some because he was on some, let's be real. Or he was sleepy, quote unquote. The officer would come up to him, like, "Hey, sir, what's going on here?" Barely coherent, whatever. Hey, man, no, you gotta pull over, man. You gotta go ahead and pull into one of these parking spots right here. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. We got to get that going. Come on. And if you can't drive, you got to step out the car. Who can we call to pick you up, get you home? One, maybe coherent. No, I'm good. No, nah, man, you ain't good. You over here holding up the drive-through traffic. Were you smoking something in here? What are you smoking? What is that I smell? Okay, tell you what, come out here, please. Come over, or he didn't. He could say please. He doesn't have to. Come out over here. Stand over here. Someone, we'll get someone to move the car. Maybe there's another officer in there, or he calls another officer, black, white, or whatever. But we want the chief officer there that starts the interaction to be black. He says, "All right," pulls the car off. People can continue with the drive-through. They're off to the side. All right, man. So listen, uh, clearly you're intoxicated. This, and this. We're gonna have to go ahead and take you in. So that's scenario one. And then the brother, even if the brother got belligerent, it wouldn't have got to the point of the black cop fearing for his life from a drunk or high man or whatever he was, and killing the man. Wouldn't happen, you know, wouldn't happen. But let's say another route went where the brother was in the car, he got out the car. If the officer lives in the community and actually knows people, um, it will go like this. Man, who could we call to come pick you up? You got a girl, you got a mother, father, you got, brother. Who can we call? Where's your phone? Even being drunk, you can sense energy. Even being high, you can sense energy. If we know, or being sleepy, if we know all that's going down, officers being cordial, respectful, says, "Let me see your phone," or you need to call somebody to come pick you up. That interaction is totally different. There's a totally different energy about it. And the cop could have said, "All right, if you can't get anyone to come pick you up, we got to take you in. Otherwise, if you can get somebody to pick you up, have them come pick you up. And we're going to have to get they can come pick you up. If they can't get the car, we're going to have it towed. Either way, no one's dying in that situation." Now, again, one thing I've learned about these police interactions, and I deal with the police in a professional setting almost every day in the job that I work. So I know, and I read police reports almost every day, and I talk to them. I know that it's at the complete discretion of the officer whether they give you a ticket or not for anything, or take you in or not. Complete discretion of the officer. So if we have more community policing of people that live in the community that look like the community that they're patrolling and are from the community that they're patrolling, they can build rapport. They can be like, okay, let's say Rashard Brooks had gave the officer that phone and said, "Who is this? This is blah, blah, blah. Okay, pick you up. Hey, yeah, this is dude here. He definitely needs a ride. He's intoxicated. Are you able to come pick him up?" "Yes, officer, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, blah, blah, blah." Boom. Now, he may still get charged. He may still get a ticket. He may still have to appear at court, but no one's dying. No one's car is getting towed, or might be getting towed. These are different ways that this whole situation could have and had have gone down. But when you have other police officers, people from outside the community that don't live in the communities, that get off their shift and they drive across town or go home or drive to a whole different city to go home, that is a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for um, uh, it's a recipe for horriblelessness. There's a disconnect from those officers to the people and the community they're supposed to be serving. Okay, these people are supposed to be public servants, not tyrants, not people going on power trips. You see a lot of these officers, and I hate to go into this. You see a lot of these officers quitting the force, right? Because of how these police officers are being brought to task. I'll be honest with you. There's good police officers out there, but just like anything, the bad overshadows the good. But you have a lot, and like I said, it's been proven time and time again. I've talked about it twice here, in different situations, different streams. You have a lot of officers that are actually, neo-Nazis and Ku Klux Klan members, racists, white supremacists. And some of the only reasons that they get on the force is just to be able to exercise power over other groups of people, brutalize them, and maybe luckily get to, unfortunately get to murder somebody under the protection of the law. So when these folks are seeing other folks actually getting charged with murder, getting thrown in jail, losing their jobs, losing their pensions now, they're like, fuck this. I mean, I was only here to kill the niggas, but if we can't kill niggas no more, I'm off. I'm not doing this. I can't do my job. But we see here community-based policing has nothing to do with that, right? Are the police there to actually solve the problems? Or are they there to do whatever they will? You know, a lot of people don't understand that the police department, before they were the police department, they were slave patrol. And slave patrol were nothing but a group of organization there just to protect the property of rich and wealthy landowners and such. So that's where the police started. So people often forget that. You know, they often forget that. Now, is that in every police officer's credo that that's something that they need to do? No, but think about this for a second. When it came to the riots and stuff like that, you notice that they kind of segmented it only to urban areas, right? But if the protesting ever got out to the suburbs or things of that nature where the money was a lot longer, the money was old money or new money, but it was money. Whenever the protesting got to a certain point, they would be steadfast and they would keep it from getting to the money, to the people with money. So that should tell you something. It's fine to rebel rouse in the hood or in the low income areas, but the moment you get to where people that have money are, they're there to protect them. It's just an interesting dynamic. So not a lot has changed from the beginning. Something to keep in mind. So that's community policing, commentary on the police department. Let's see here. 10 principles of community policing. Let's put these here. Philosophy, organizational commitment to community empowerment, decentralized, personalized policing, immediate and long-term proactive problem-solving solutions. That's what we're talking about. That's what we need. Ethics, legality, responsibility, trust, expanding the police mandate, helping those with special needs. Exactly. Now, I personally have not heard of anyone that has special needs, at least in Tampa, that's been brutalized by the police. I've seen, I knew a couple people that worked at the 3-day, kind of mental holding facilities and things like that for the mentally disturbed and stuff, or people that have breakdowns, children that have breakdowns. And the police are really chill around the kids. And it's good that they, at least for the most part, in Tampa at least, have a regard for the mentally ill. And I will give the police that. I've actually seen them handle and conduct with people that have mental disabilities and often get into issues where they're going in and out of the system. So I got to give TPD props for that. You know, not all facilities are like that, but thankfully TPD is one of those. Look at me, I'm giving props to TPD. I don't even live there. But it's just, it's something that we know. In short answer to the question is community policing working? Yes. Research and to demonstrate that community policing is effective is reducing crime, and Arlington, Texas Police Department can support these findings in our jurisdiction. So there are lots of advantages. Let's see here. What are the disadvantages? The major disadvantage is that the only way the community policing is with community involvement. So basically, if the community has a stake in keeping their community safe, it's going to work. If they feel like they don't own anything community, they don't have any stake in their community, if they don't feel like it is their community, it's not going to work. So that's a very small advantage. And without trust and involvement of the community, any attempts at community policing will fail. So it's going to definitely be a trust building exercise. But thankfully, it's something that we can actually we can trust each other. We can trust each other. Maybe black folks need to like have that like a mile long trust fall where everyone just falls on each other like dominoes, right? So we can know that we can trust these people. So, yeah, I think community policing is a very good solution that we should be looking into. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna stop it there. This is gonna be a short one today. But I think community policing is a good concept all of its own. Again, real talk, real people. Context is everything. This will be every Saturday. These go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the subject matter. Again, if you guys ever want to join, it's 10 a.m. Eastern time every Saturday. We're on be episode 5 next week, but this is episode 4. We talked tremendously about community policing, and we went into hydroponics as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Again, if there's anything you guys want to add, in a while after I get a couple of these under my belt, I will make the Google Doc open to those that want to add to it or think they can make it more fleshed out and better. Again, this is just my opinion. Again, I would always want you guys to contribute to these by your comments or by coming on the panel so we can add to it. Because, if we all add to it, then we'll all have a stake. It won't just be my plan. It'll be our plan. And that's what makes it better. That's what makes it great. Okay, so have a wonderful Saturday, everyone. I'm about to go ahead and clean my house and enjoy mine. Got some studying to do later, but I need to go ahead and be out in nature. Peace.